What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. Welcome back to What's Happening Now. I think this is the first time since the series started that we've done a What's Happening Now just 1 week later. And I know last episode I said it was probably going to be short and sweet, and it actually ended up being a full-on video. This one may be a little bit shorter. I primarily want to focus this right here, and it probably could have just been its own little video instead of being part of What's Happening Now, but this thing is huge, and this is what's happening right motherfucking now. Fucking ICP announced the 6th Joker's card. Well, they gave us the name of the Joker's card, ? And that's exactly what I'm going to title this. ICP revealed the name of the 6th Joker's card. Everyone saw it. There's no need for me to show the video. Granted, the video is gone. I went and tried to look for the video. It is gone. And I guess this is where people could probably say, oh, DC's late to the fucking, he's late to the fucking race. The thing about it is, and I try to say this every episode, because I'm trying to rewrite it. If you've watched older episodes, I used to say I'm the number 2 news source. I am not a news source. I don't want to be a news source. Coming in with that energy in the beginning of this series was totally fucking wrong, because I don't feel like I'm a news source. I know there are people out there that use me as a news source, or view me as a news source, but I am not striving to be that. There are plenty out there, and there are some way better ones out there, and that's kind of where I want to get back to just my realm of being a juggalo, reacting to the news, be a juggalo making fucking videos about the music that I love. You know, I have different goals than others on the platform. So I want to make sure I rewrite that. And I appreciate everyone saying that I'm the number 1 source, or I'm their go-to. I greatly appreciate it, but that is not my goals. It's not what I want to be. I just want to talk about fucking juggalo shit. And I want to do it unbiasedly. So before we jump into the fucking news of the 6th, I do want to give a shout out because I mentioned them last episode and didn't even cover them. But I feel like this is better anyways, because episode 1 is out and you can go watch it. You can go subscribe right motherfucking now. So let's switch it over. There is a brand new show, a brand new group, if you will, on the YouTubes, in the Juggalo YouTube community. Do It for the Underground. If you don't know who that is, if you haven't been following them all along, Do It for the Underground was started by Robbie. He used to run Twisted History over on Instagram, where he would like bring old articles up or bring old promotional materials. He's a fucking like encyclopedia he's a historian, if you will. He's in the UPC Discord server, the Underground Podcast Community server, and there are dedicated channels on there where he chronicles the history of several different artists. Fucking Psychopathic Records, Magic Ninja, Long Live Evil, Chapter 17, Low Key. There's a lot there to go really dive into. Robbie fucking kills it. And I didn't know that this channel was in the works. Recently, I want to say within the last 2 months, there was this thing, there was some kind of joke made. And one of the things that I had said was I wanted to see Robbie do a show, and he's like, I have no interest. I'd have to buy all this equipment. I'd have to learn shit. And when that happened, like, he was already working on this with SON, with all the collaboratives that are part of the channel right now. So that was a huge fucking mind blow for me. This show, for me, if you have not watched the first episode, which I highly recommend, I'm going to link the channel in the description. Make sure you go subscribe to them. If you are a fan of Beneath the Dirt, I think that this channel will help fill that void that has been left by Roan. I don't think Roan plans on coming back anytime soon. I talk to Roan pretty regularly. I have his phone number. We text each other. And actually, that was actually what was funny. Him and I were talking about Gruesome when the news of the 6th dropped. We'll get into that when we get to that. But he has basically said, a previous conversation we'd had was about doing a video, and he's like, I just don't want to do content right now, is what he told me. So I didn't push any further. I would love to get him on a video, to do a video at some point. But I also want him to do it when he wants to do it. I don't want to force him into anything. And so if you are a fan of Beneath the Dirt and you are missing Beneath the Dirt, I think Do It for the Underground is, I don't want to say a substitute or a replacement, but I feel like if you go watch Do It for the Underground, he's going to help fill that void a little bit for you. And honestly, and I'm going to plant this seed right motherfucking now, because Roan, I hope you're watching, and Robbie, I hope you're watching. If you guys want to do some shit where Roan's on Do It for the Underground, that would be the shit to me. I would love to see Joker's Gallery from the 5-piece series, Goons Clout Gallery. I'd like to see Brandon make a return. Joker's Gallery, fuck it, I keep name dropping him. I would love to see him come back. I would love to see Luke the Goon on Do It for the Underground. There's so much potential I see for this channel. I have some ideas that I want to pitch to Robbie as well. The other thing that I feel like Do It for the Underground is helping fill is Carnival Spirits, another group channel that kind of disappeared. Right now, Chaos is the most, and I think only active member on Carnival Spirits. It's like continuously doing stuff on the channel. Beastmaster made a quick return earlier this year where him and Mitch were doing a new series, and then it just stopped. So I don't know what's going on over there. And again, it's a similar situation where, like, if they're not feeling it, then I definitely don't think they should try to push themselves to do videos. It's something that I mentally have always, like, decided years ago is if I'm not feeling it, I'm not going to do it, because I don't want to do it just for the sake of doing it. But I do feel like Do It for the Underground is going to fill that void very nicely for a lot of the fans of of Beneath the Dirt. So make sure you head over to Do It for the Underground and subscribe. It's a new show. They've got skits in there. I think they're going to potentially have interviews down the road. Just go watch the first episode, and yeah. But I wanted to make sure I plug them because they are on the platform now, and they're going to fucking kill it. And I'm excited that they're here. So I want to jump into the news of the 6th. So like I had said, and I'm going to switch it back over here to me for just a moment here so I can kind of set this shit up. When this teaser dropped, I was in mid-text conversation with the homie Roan. We were talking about Gruesome. And all at once, completely out of left field, he's like, I think the 6th is going to be Purgatory. My response back to him was, even though Ishan put out an album called Purgatory, and we kind of just had a little bit of an exchange. We joked about how Purgatory also translates, or there's also another synonym for it, of Shadowland, which, if you don't know, Low-Key has a series of albums called The 12 Oracles, super similar to the Joker cards. The very first one is called Shadowland. For those who follow Beneath the Dirt, you probably saw his post, The Wraith, Shadowland. That was a complete joke on his part, and that's kind of a... I don't mean to break the fourth wall and kind of peel the curtain back, but that's where that kind of came from, is him and I talking about that. And that's where I made a comment on his video. Basically, the first track, Together We Venture Hand in Hand, Where the Light Won't Go, or where the weak won't go when the light can't stand, in the space outside of the timeless sand, in the darkest depths of the Shadowland. That's the intro. It repeats, and go listen to Shadowland, first of all. Go listen to the 12 Oracles. So I put that comment in there. Only I mentioned, instead of, I switched it up and put the Wraith in there. Had fun with it. Somebody hit me up and they thought I was actually translating it. We were in the process of translating. Me and Megs were when the teaser dropped. I didn't go through with it. We were working on it, screenshots and everything. But in Discord, I had seen somebody already did all the work and did all the translations, and it was great. Violent J even went on there and confirmed a part of it. So we know he was pretty spot on. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to Discord. We're going to be inside the Deck 1 Dealt Discord server. You can go join that. I believe they have links on their channel, on their episodes. I hope you guys can see that very well, because on my other screen here, I can't read shit. But I also know that it's smaller for me. You can see here then I dropped it in there. And, we kind of started talking about it. I'm going to scroll down just a little bit, and you can see here where Just Chris made a fucking joke about the tuna. The 6th is going to be called the tuna. Keep scrolling, keep scrolling, keep scrolling. Max Rebo, who has been on top of fucking shit, again, coming with more fucking news. And I didn't give Max the proper credit in the last episode. I gave a lot of it to Deck 1 Dealt, but they were kind of forwarding information they got from him, and they did give him credit in their show. So I want to make sure that I'm doing the same here, because Max Rebo is the one that is on it. Max Rebo's the shit. But he brought in all these little translations. You can see the screenshots here. Hopefully you guys can see it on the side. And these are the different translations that come up with. And the thing about translating is English to other languages and other languages to English, sometimes the sentences don't always make sense. So to further translate it, you got to make better sense of what's being said. This ninja right here, Coxie the legend, put, to sin without belief, those without faith, those same choose not to endure will never meet the wraith. And another, something never fought without those I hope, for something will meet the sister. That's what he put. That's what he translated it to. Violent J corrected him with will meet the not. So I think Humble pointed out, yes, I watched Humble's translation. It's not a big deal. It's not that deep. Get over it. I like talking. I like seeing Juggalo shit, regardless of who they are. This is a rhyme pattern. This all rhymes. This is poetic, if you will. You know, it talks about to sin without belief, those without faith, they will never meet the wraith. That rhymes. Something never fought will meet the not. So I think they've confirmed. Jay has confirmed. I think at least the entity itself is going to be called the Knot. And the reason why I say I think it's going to be... my train of thought just went crazy. To me, it feels like he's confirming that at least the name of the being is the Knot. But something else that I've seen both Humble mention, as well as Don Chaos did a video about it. And they both remember seeing an interview where Violent J talked about the sixth being another wraith. And I have never seen that. If somebody out there knows specifically what points, like if Chaos wants to reach out to me, if Humble wants to reach out to me, like I don't remember seeing any other interviews where it was mentioned that the sixth was going to be another wraith. I do, however, remember an interview where Violent J said there would be another exhibit of Hell's Pit and Shangri-La. And I will show that interview real quick, and I will plug it to whoever wants the link to see it themselves. It'll be in the description. I gotta delete this window. I pulled this up because the video is gone on Violent J's Instagram. The teaser they put out, it's gone. It's not on ICP's Facebook. It's not on their Instagram. It's gone. So the teaser was a teaser, and now it's just gone. There's no analyzing it any further. But we're in the world. We're in the age of information, and motherfuckers have that shit recorded. So I don't really see why they deleted it, but I think they wanted to. I think they wanted to add mystery to this reveal. So I think it's out there now for everybody to analyze, and I think that was maybe ultimately their goal, is to get people thinking and talking about the sixth. But yeah, anyway, I'm heading over to Reddit here. Right before Fearless Fred Fury dropped, of course, everyone was speculating 665 and what it meant. And right before Fearless Fred Fury dropped, Violent J conducted an interview with Detroit News. So over here on Reddit, you click on that window, it'll pop you over here to this, which the video will not play. It just won't. As you can see here, it's like 2.5 minutes long, 2 minutes 47 seconds. I don't know where the original full-length video is. If somebody has it, knows where to find it, knows where to see it, I would actually love to rewatch it because he really goes into even more. It's a great interview. I vaguely remember other pieces of it because the biggest nugget that everyone took out of this was the fact that 665 meant there would be another set of Joker cards. And in it, he even goes on to say that this set of Joker cards will end with another exhibit of Hell's Pit and Shangri-La. Not the Wraith, with Hell's Pit and Shangri-La. So let's watch that right here. This clip here is only 56 seconds. This is the meat and potatoes of it.
6 Jokers.
I hope you all can hear that.
We're doing another 6 right now. We're looking at the timetable of our life. We're going to do the 5th coming up, then the 6th. Then we're going to do a 3rd deck. But we're not going to do 666. We're going to stop at 5. And there's the message. You know, it's because the 6 Joker cards are going to end the same each way. Each deck, deck 1, deck 2, deck 3, they're going to end the same. Shangri-La and Hell's Pit. You know, that's your choice in life. They're going to end with the same message, but each Joker's card, as you know, is a lesson to look at yourself in another way. Do I carry regret? Am I pathetic? Do I feel pathetic? Why am I changing that? You know, this is my shell. I'm stuck in this body. I'm going to live in this body. I might as well make the best of it. Make myself happy.
Yeah, we're going to close out of that. A great video there that's auto-playing. But you can come back here to the Reddit post. Somebody actually put it in the comment. We did 6 Joker cards. We're doing another 6 right now. We're looking at the timetable of our life, and we're going to do the 5th, and the 6th. Then we're going to do a third deck, but we're not going to do 666. We're going to stop at 5. There's the message. The 6 Joker cards are going to end the same. Each deck, deck 1, deck 2, and deck 3, are going to end the same. Shangri-La and Hell's Pit. That's your choice in life. They're going to end with the same message. Each Joker's card, as you know, is a lesson to look at yourself in another way. He would kind of go on further to talk about this very abruptly in his interview with Bootleg Kev last year, and I hated that I had to go find this interview and fucking give it another view, because I know in a previous episode I said that Bootleg Kev does some really good interviews, and that's still a true statement, but I've had it come to light that this dude is like very fucking douchey, like talked shit about ICP prior to it. But I do want to go ahead and play this part here too for you.
Yeah. There's the first 6 Joker cards came out, you know. It's just a black cover with a clown face on it, you know. And then the second, now we're in the second deck, is 5, you know. It's 6, there's going to be 6, 6, 5, right? And that 5 is because, like, let me explain it like this. After the first 6, it offers the end. Like the 6 Joker's card was heaven or hell. Right? That's the 6 Joker's card. In the second deck, you know, the next album, that's what everybody's waiting to see what it's going to be. You know what I mean? In the Juggler world.
Well, you guys already got all this planned out.
Yeah. But the 5, the last 5, you know what I mean? It doesn't have a 6 Joker's card because we die for real. You get what I'm saying? It's supposed to show you how to, inside, it's supposed to show you how to be a better person. Make you, and it also helps you vent. Like the people we're killing in the music are pedophiles and racists.
And that's where he kind of gets off topic there and doesn't really talk much more about it. So, kind of piecing everything together, we have him revealing the not, the nothing. I think it's like another, I don't want to say it's another Wraith, because I think a lot of people are gravitating too much to that and saying that it is the Wraith or it's another version of the Wraith. I feel like it's something completely different. And he said again that the 6 is supposed to end the same way with Heaven and Hell, Shangri-La or Hell's Pit. But I do think that a lot of people are on the right track with Purgatory. They never really covered that. There's the reverse message in the first 3-headed monster where he talks about it's the 6th, it's Purgatory. And I think we're also very focused on that wording per se too, because I know there was like Purgatory, that's kind of a weird name for a Joker's card. I think Purgatory is just the theme of the Joker's card. I think the actual name is, of course, going to be the Knot. I think that's already been revealed. And maybe that's why they took the video down, because I think maybe they were hoping people wouldn't pick up on that so quickly. I don't know. I don't know. This is me fucking speculating like a motherfucker. This is me trying to piece everything together. This is what I love about ICP, and I love about the Joker cards. I love being able to do that, and I love the fact that everything is open for interpretation. I think that that's kind of what they were going for, was to put that out there and put that on people's minds and get people thinking about the 6th. And then maybe when they realize that a lot of people figured it out, and of course Violent J goes on there and says the Knot, and it's capitalized. So it's kind of like everyone's like, oh, that's the name. It's the Knot. So they've kind of, and again, I don't know. This is me speculating. Maybe they weren't intending to reveal the name in this way. Maybe they were just wanting to put the teaser out there, get people thinking about it, and then at this year's gathering, we get the name. Hopefully an image. That would be the shit. And then next year we can get the actual Joker card. But I do think the Knot is going to be the name. The theme definitely feels very... To me, it feels like very much of Purgatory for sure. Just because the Knot translates to nothing. And if you end up in a world where you're not in heaven or you're in hell, but you're in between, you're kind of in nothing. So there's definitely so much more to really dive into. And I haven't fully done that yet. And honestly, that's why I waited until now to even do this video. Because the night that the teaser came out, I was so excited, wanted to rush in here and do a video. I was like, no, because we don't really know a lot about it. I haven't really thought about it a lot. Like in that moment, you get excited and you can spitball your ideas out there. You're, oh, this, oh, this, oh, that, oh, this. But I want to sit and I want to process this even more. I want to get more information. I want to get more details. I want to have conversations. I want to see Humble Among's videos on what he thinks it is. I want to see Don Chaos's videos on what he thinks it is. I want to hear Deck One Delt talk about it on Sunday and what they think it is. I want to hear Robbie and all the others from Do It From the Underground tell what they think it could be. And I want to just collaboratively like, oh yeah, that makes sense, or yeah, this makes sense too. That's the kind of person that I am. I'm an observer. I like to observe. I like to take information in, and I want to try to make sense of every aspect as I can. That's me as a person. That's me as a juggalo. I love getting different ideas. I love getting different themologies. I love it. That's the shit that I love. That's the shit that gets me excited. It's the reason why I'm a fucking juggalo today, because the 6 Joker cards impacted me in that way of like, oh, these are telling you something. I gotta listen now. You know what I mean? The 12 oracles are telling you a story. Oh fuck, man, I gotta understand this. I want to fucking know more about this. And it's the same shit with SON and what he's getting ready to start doing with the Council of Mind. This is the kind of shit that I fucking love. So I don't have a very definitive idea of what it is. I definitely think Purgatory makes sense because again, Violent J said it's going to end with a it's going to end with yeah, there I go, saying the right. That's just in your mind. It's going to end the same with another exhibit of Hell's Pit and another exhibit of Shangri-La. But how do they give you another exhibit of Hell's Pit and Shangri-La without doing the exact same thing? And that's got to be Purgatory. And then I know a lot of people, and there's this speculation of how then will how will the next set end? And as Jay says there on the Bootleg Kev interview, it ends with us actually dying. So we've seen Hell's Pit, we've seen Shangri-La, we're going to see Purgatory. That's it. That's what your afterlife has, one of those 3. And what in your life are you going to do to get yourself to Shangri-La? How are you going to avoid Hell's Pit? How are you going to avoid getting stuck in Purgatory? That's the message of every Joker's card, is getting yourself away from that. One thing that Don Chaos did talk about in his video was Echoside, and the fact that, you know, essentially the Echoside is like this realm that, and I don't remember specifically what he said. I should have rewatched his video before I did this, but I didn't. But he was talking. He was really talking about Echoside and how some of the Joker cards have mentions of, oh, it was Riddlebox. That's what it was. He was talking about when you go to meet Riddlebox, you come into this very dark space and it's just a little table. It's also mentioned in Yum Yum Bedlam's book that when you go to meet fucking Yum Yum Bedlam or the Yum Yum flower, it is literally in the Echoside. They use the exact words residing in the Echoside, and I don't remember word for word what is said in the book, but Yum Yum exists in the Echoside, and that to me, and like Chaos is saying, I think that kind of confirms that all these other Joker cards are in the Echoside. The Wraith is the one who brings you to the afterlife, and the afterlife isn't exactly in the Echoside. I think Shangri-La, Purgatory, Hell's Pit, maybe they all exist as spaces within the Echoside. I don't know. I've never really delved into my thoughts on what exactly the Echoside is, but I know it's a place where we know hell exists because it's referenced in Echoside. There's so much to dive into. There's so much to think about. It's such a great fucking time to be a Juggalo right now. You know, because when the first 6 dropped, when the Wraith came out, I was a Juggalo, but I didn't have the resources I needed to fully dive into everything. Like, my sister had been listening to ICP since like 97, 98, but I never was a fan. Like, the music was around me. Like, she would listen to Riddlebox and Great Malenko and Amazing Juckle Brothers around me, but it never really stuck for me until 2002. In the summertime, I've told this story probably a million fucking times. Hanging out in her room, playing my Game Boy, fucking Pass Me By comes on, it catches my attention, and then I'm like hooked, and I decide to go listen, and actually listen to ICP, and the rest was fucking history. But, you know, at that time frame, the summertime of 2002, and I know when I've told that story, people are like, oh man, you came in to this world at the perfect time. But that's the thing, is when I came into the world, I didn't know that the Wraith was about to drop. I didn't know the full scale of the Joker cards. I knew Ringmaster, Riddlebox, Great Malenko, and Jekyll Brothers. That was it. I did not know any of the Sideshow EPs. At that particular time, I didn't even know Carnival of Carnage. I didn't know Forgotten Freshness. I didn't know Bizarre Bazaar until like 2 months after I started listening to ICP, because I've told that story before. We found someone who had the CDs. My brother took them, and we had access to Bizarre Bazaar then. There was so much that I was limited to on like my information until 2007 when I read Behind the Pain, and like the rest just opened up to me. So like for me, this is exciting, and this is almost redeeming for me, because I was there for the Wraith coming out, but I wasn't aware. And this is so fucking exciting to have this happening now. Yeah, I said this might be a short episode, but it was not a short episode. We're going into 26 minutes now. But yeah, the Knot, I do think that's the name. If they switch that name up on us, I would be a little bit surprised, just because the way that it's capitalized, the way that even Violent J corrected and said the Knot, and they're saying that they will meet the Knot. I think if you didn't live a life, like, there's people who live a life of good, and they'll obviously meet the Wraith that takes you to Shangri-La. He holds your hand out. He holds his hand out, and you take it and go. Or if you lived a life of sin, you have the Wraith who comes with his hand, and he grabs you and he takes you. I think the Knot is, if you've lived a life neither of those, maybe you had just an absolutely worthless life, but let's say you weren't good or evil. Maybe you were in between, but you didn't live your life to the fullest. Maybe it's the Knot that takes you into purgatory. You know, purgatory is supposed to be how ghosts and spirits exist. You know, when you think about the one ninja that reached out to me, he thought I was translating the message in the Beneath the Dirt post that I commented. We started talking about the movie Ghost, Patrick Swayze, and how he had unfinished business. They say that ghosts exist because they have unfinished business, and maybe that's what it is. You lived a life, but you didn't live it to your fullest, so now you're being taken from the Knot, from the nothing, because you were nothing, and he's taking you into this land, to this world of purgatory, where maybe you're given an opportunity to write that and have your unfinished business. Who fucking knows? Who knows? But I'm excited. So fucking excited. I hope we get an actual, like, confirmed. I feel like Violent J's already confirmed it, but I hope we get like a full-on name drop, an image drop at the gathering, and they tell us that as soon as the gathering is over, they're gonna go sit down in the studio with Mike E. fucking Clark and start working on this album, and it's gonna come out next year. That would be the shit. That's kind of what my hopes are. But yeah, this is an exciting time to be a Juggalo. So tell me down below what you guys think about the Knot. Do you think that's the name? Do you think that people are overreaching a little bit? And yeah, I'm gonna link that in. I'm gonna link that interview in the description. Like, it's super short, and it's essentially just Violent J saying that the each 6 is gonna end the same. It's gonna end with an exhibit of heaven and hell, with Shangri-La and Hell's Pit. I mean, there's really not much more to see than that. But, you know, other content creators like Humble Among or Don Chaos or whomever, I will link it. That way, if you want to make a video out of it and have access to it, you can. The audio really kind of sucked in that. And that's why I was hoping like the one that had it actually embedded in it would play. But it's even now, it's still just spinning. Like it's still just spinning. So I think they deleted it, essentially. So thankfully, it got recorded and put on YouTube. Because, you know, there for a while, I know Humble Among said he remembers seeing an interview, but he doesn't remember, like, he can't find it. And I even went back and saw an old video of mine where I misinterpreted it and said that the 6th was going to be another Wraith. I even got that shit wrong. But it's another exhibit of Shangri-La and Hell's Pit is what Jay said the 6th was going to be. And Purgatory makes sense. If it's not heaven, if it's not hell, it's in between, it's Purgatory. Walk hand in hand with the devil and God. Let him pull you in half. Purgatory is odd. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.